What is up, guys? Welcome to a very different episode. This week we are going to be reviewing this amazing Audi A5 that belongs to Sven from Gebert Motorsport. Now I featured this on one of my Instagram reels, but today we're actually going to go through this car and we're going to take it out for a test session on the track. Insane! That's 200 k's an hour. Now this is a very special car, and Sven actually built this car himself, which is pretty amazing considering everything it has. So let's go step by step and see what this car is all about. Okay, so we are going to start at the heart of this beast, the money maker, whatever we want to call it. So inside the front, Sven took out the twin turbo V6 that was in here, and he's installed an R32 or VR6. This is the 24 valve version, 3.2. and it's obviously got a fat turbo bolted to the end of it. So I'm not a turbo guy, so a lot of this I obviously know of turbos, but this is all pretty cool and interesting stuff. So this apparently has a 1000 horsepower kit in it. That means it has Wasico pistons, low compression pistons, and it has fancy conrods. The kit is from Bartek. Yeah, so it's a Bartek kit that you buy, and it's got head studs as well, obviously to handle the pressure, the boost. The turbo is a GT3582R. Okay, so it's a GT3582R turbo. That is, I think, a Gebert turbo. PSR turbo. It has a precision turbo wastegate. That's obviously to control the boost. I see it's got an exhaust blanket over the exhaust housing, and then the downpipe is wrapped. Looks like a 3-inch downpipe, probably 3-inch all the way through. It then obviously has an intercooler setup with multiple oil coolers. So we're going to get into all these oil coolers and why we have all of that just now. It has a beautifully handcrafted intake manifold as well as exhaust manifold. These were built by a company called Triple S Performance. That's really cool because one of my favorite cars is the old Datsun 510 Triple S. Hopefully one day we'll be able to do a review on one of those bad boys. Now the owner of this car, Sven Gebert, he owns the company called Gebert Motorsport, and he brings in and sells a lot of his own AN fittings and lines. So I run a lot of their stuff on my car and clients' cars. So this car has the Gebert Motorsport AN fittings everywhere. You'll see them on all the coolers, the fuel line, all over the car. The other thing is that this car is running on an ethanol mix, so it's the same as what I run. It's a 50-50 mix. The interesting thing is that a lot of the work, like I say, has been done by Sven himself. The wiring was done by a guy named Aubrey. Now he did the wiring on my BM and a lot of my clients' cars as well. So really neat, really top-notch stuff. Looks like these are all OE coils, which are plenty good enough. It's running an ECU Masters black ECU with an ADU 5-inch dash, which is great. So you can see here on the exhaust manifold they also have EGT sensors, so they can monitor each cylinder individually, which is great for fuel trimming and really dialing in the performance of each cylinder and get really accurate fueling and timing. Let's have a look around here. Here we have a flex fuel sensor, so that is obviously to detect the ratio of ethanol and fuel or whatever's in the tank. Here we have a Deechworks fuel pressure regulator. That's really cool. I see it also has an onboard fire suppression system, which is great in case there's an issue. I see these magnificent mil-spec connectors here on the firewall. This is really nice. I mean, it's a very well executed setup, although it is pretty stock still in terms of what the car is. It is road legal, but it's just so nicely done. It's got electronic throttle. Obviously boost control via the ECU, but I think this car's pièce de résistance, apart from the engine, is that Sven has managed to bolt this up to a BMW 8, well, a ZF 8 HP from a BM. That is the 8 HP 70, yeah, from an M2. So that's fantastic, and that's why we have the additional coolers here. So one is obviously for the engine, and one is for the drivetrain, the gearbox. This car is also only rear wheel drive. It has a BMW E36 diff in the back with a limited slip diff, which is great, so that means, you know, it doesn't have that inherent Audi understeer. It might still have some of it because a lot of this is in front of the front wheels. We'll see how it what it's like on the track. Obviously we're not going to rip its guts out because it's not my car. So in terms of the engine, this is beautiful, man. It's really well executed. So if we go from here further back, we can see that it is running on, I think, 6-pot Porsche calipers. It looks like 380mm discs, and the original Audi wheels. I like that touch. It's on Dunlop Dereza 03Gs, 235/40/18. What he's also done is he's taken out as much weight as he can. So these side windows are polycarbonate, the rear window is polycarbonate. There isn't much more that is done apart from gut the interior. So let's just have a look inside, and I'll get inside and show you guys around shortly. But you can see he's got 2 Sparco buckets. He's got what's this? Turn 1. Yeah, turn 1. What's it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-point harness. So on both seats, so you can take passengers and scare the shit out of them. This car hasn't been on the dyno, funny enough. Sven was able to tune it pretty much himself using the VE tables, and I think it has self-learning, and which is freaking incredible, really. And so there's no timing in the car. It's on 1.2 bar, very little timing, but he says that it's pretty swift anyway. It's also quite a heavy car inherently, so it still has the sunroof mechanism built into it, and that steel section, this all steel panels. It still has the electric windows on the side, so that you can still close the windows, because this doesn't have like a B-pillar section on the door, or a closed frame, so that makes it really difficult to be able to actually put a polycarbonate window in here. So what I'm getting to is that it has all the mechanicals still in the door, so which obviously adds up to the weight, but yeah, there's other places you can cut on the weight. It has obviously a full integrated roll cage, and then let's look at the back. So if we just open, it's got a nice carbon fiber wing here, lip, I like that. So in the back, he has a stainless steel fuel cell, which he manufactured himself. And then his fuel pump is in the tank on the right hand side, and then he has a surge tank right in front, which is a really nice setup. Yeah, he has an intercooler sprayer setup here. So all the gadgets, I mean, he's gone to town. It's fantastic. I love the enthusiasm. And this is the kind of stuff that kind of drives what I like on the channel, and is that enthusiasm, the innovation we look at, and all these cool little things. Still all the original wiring. And he managed to tie into the original CAN system and take a lot of information from the original CAN system and work it together with the ECU Masters CAN system. So he logs everything, and so steering angle, I think obviously your accelerator, brake pressures, everything. Very nice. Alright, let's get in this thing. It's actually really easy to get into. He's got this really nice steering holder. So Sven also 3D prints a bunch of stuff, and we're going to get into all of that over here. So let's just put this steering on, make sure that's on nicely. Everything turns out absolutely stunning. So it's got this awesome, this is a 7-inch. ADU7, sorry, I said it was an ADU5, it's an ADU7. And then I think this is his page up button. Okay, so this is another page, also with GPS speed, heading, motion, GPS, more GPS stuff, lambda, a bunch of warnings, boost pressure, fuel pressure, oil pressure, great, ethanol content, fantastic, more. That's really nice. I like the brake pressure, cruise control, top dial. So he's got his traction control set up over here, and that sets your TC, so you can set it, I imagine that's higher, hey?
Lower.
So that's lower traction.
So go to 5.
Yeah.
There.
So that's no traction control.
Yes.
So 5 is no traction control, 4, so these are the higher values. That's freaking amazing, man.
And you push up and down for boost control.
Oh,
So
wow.
5 is no boost control, so wastegate.
So 5 is maximum. And wow, that's so cool. So we're just going to run it on recommended. EGTs, fantastic. So all of the EGTs over here, and then just another page with your lateral G's, etc. You know, all of your G forces and more information, and then a couple more pages. This is the one I like the most. So yeah, amazing setup. Also CAN keypad. He also 3D prints all of these buttons. So here's your start, and then a whole bunch of buttons here. Then you've got an indicator here for your gearbox. I also see he's got a clutch pedal, which you can clutch kick it. We're not going to do that. So yeah, and obviously drive and all of that. You got your paddle shift that you can use, so upshift, downshift over here. So we're going to test that. He also 3D prints all of this goodness, so you know you can change. I guess you could change traction control and all of that here, and maybe set up a push to pass if you needed to. But yeah, what a great setup, man. I reckon in a race car, this kind of setup would be great. You know, if like especially if you're in a certain series, like in the BMW club, and you're racing in a competitive class, and you need a push to pass or a pit speed limiter or traction control. You know, those M2s and M3s, they tend to make so much torque. So if you could adjust the torque limiter based on your tire wear, that would be freaking great. Or traction control rather. So yeah, amazing setup. Here he has the turbo Lamec. Now he uses the turbo Lamec TCU to control the 8 HP gearbox, and that's obviously tied into the ECU masters. So yeah, what a car, man. So I guess the next step is really just to take this beautiful package out and test it and do a session. And you know, I'm not going to push too hard. But yeah, just to give you guys a feel of what it's like to drive such an amazing car. So I'm super excited. Let's cut to that. If you want to see some more of this kind of content, please consider subscribing. Just click on the subscribe button, hit the bell, and you're good to go. Alright, so I'm doing the second session because I did the first session and none of the cameras were recording, so that was a bit annoying. And yeah, I did a good number of laps, so yeah, we don't have a lot of fuel, so we're banking on that session. So I'm just going to do a few laps and kind of take you guys through this car. And this car is such a nice package. The pedal shifter broke off on the downshift side, and so there's that. And but otherwise I kind of got the hang of the car. It's a very nice package. It's a bit heavy, but it carries its weight very well. That's the nice thing about it. It's very well balanced. It has the traction control, so it kind of keeps you out of trouble, but the traction control does kick in quite early. So it kind of sees the wheel spin and all of that. And but yeah, we're gonna take it easy and show you the boost of the car and how it pulls and how it handles. It's really well behaved. We don't have a lot of brakes. That was the other thing. The car was running out of brakes a bit in that first session, so we're just gonna have to watch for that. Such an amazing sounding car. There's a nice Porsche in front of us, so we have to watch the gearbox temps. So everything has cooled down a bit. Yeah, we're just going to take it easy and take you through it. Like I say, the one thing is the brakes. Yeah, we got a couple of cars coming up behind us, so we're just going to let them go. The nice thing about this car is it's quite softly sprung, so it's still fun to drive. You can still drive it on the road, but it's got plenty of juice. We just shifted over to manual mode. Then you can hear the traction control coming in. Turns in so well. It's got a V8 behind me. And I mean, these speeds we're doing for a car that's still road legal, and it just takes it. It's impressive. I just being careful of the boost there. The brakes are not happy. Caught an Escort. A Zach Speed Escort. Staying fifth through there. Staying third through here. We can carry third. It has so much torque. Can you hear the traction control? Yes, boy! Wow! And the brakes just can't cope with it, eh? What a great car. That's such a good car. It behaves itself so well. There's so much more in it as well. You know, I'm pushing, but it's not insane. That's 200 k's an hour. There's understeer. Okay. So that's 3 laps. What a great car. We don't have more fuel. What a magnificent car. What a well-built car. The only thing is the brakes. You know, there's an issue with the brake booster, and let me just get out the way of these guys. There's an issue with the brake booster and the pads. I think of it as slightly better pads. It'll do well. But what a great car. I mean, the second session I felt so much more comfortable in it, knowing where the limits are. Yeah, obviously you could make it faster, but it's just so good. The car is so good. What a great package. So thank you guys for watching. It was an experience to drive such a nice car. Such a quick car as well. And yeah, just thank you to Sven and the team. What a car, man. What a car. What a car, bro. So that concludes the review of this beautiful Audi A5 VR6 Turbo. Thank you so much for watching. If you really like this, you know what to do. Let me know in the comments. Smash that like and subscribe button. Please share it, and we'll see you guys next time. Ciao.